Hi, my name is Dan Hopman. I'm one of your instructional coaches in the Palmdale School District, and we're going to be talking about some googly winter activities courtesy of Eric Curts. So if you've never been on Eric Curts' website, it's controlaltachieve.com, and he just does a great job of bringing in some great activities to be used with the Chromebooks, something that gets the kids to be creative. And some of those are I'm going to be presenting today. This is going to be a part 1 video, and part 2 will go into some more. In part 1, though, we're going to take a look at 3 really fun activities, and you're going to hear me say the word fun pretty often. The first one is building a snowman. And so all the directions on the template are in there. And what the kids get to do is build a snowman. And you can see I've already started. And I've already put the hair on, the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. And if you look over here on the left-hand side, you'll see where I got the eyes, the mouth, the hat, or the hair, I should say. And then there's some hats. Here's some arms, and anything extra like the buttons or the noses or anything you would like the snowman to have in their hand. The beauty part of this project is that the kids get to write about their snowman. They get to name it. How did they discover it? Whatever you want them to write about, this is where they're going to do it. So I'm going to add a couple things so you can see how this works. I'm going to add some arms here. And since my snowman kind of looks a little bit creepy, I'm going to go ahead and add some more creepy stuff. So I'm just right-clicking and copying. And when I come up here to the snowman, I can now right-click and paste. And then I'm just going to place them by drag-click and dragging them where I want them to be. If I need to make them a little bit smaller, I can do that. If I want to change the angle that they're at, I can do that as well. And so now let me add some feet, and I think I'm going to use, let's use the Converse. I'm using the Shift key to choose them both. There we go, and now I can just bring them in. I can manipulate them a little bit. And there we go, now I've got my snowman. Now I can just come in, this is where I'm going to write about my snowman. My snowman. Snowman's name is Ozzy. He plays in a rock band. So it makes it real easy for the kids to edit. So I can sit there and right click on it. And now I've got my paragraph. Anything else you want to put in there, you can do that. Building a snowman. So that's the first activity. Second activity is called a wintertime rebus. So a rebus is when you take words and you replace them with emojis. We see this very often on social media. And so what you do is when you find words that might be very simply said with an emoji, we just paste in the emoji in place of the word. So for example, my family, I can either keep or I can replace. So I'm going to use this one right here. And when I use it, I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut Control-C. And now for the family, I can right-click and paste it in for family. My family drove through the snow. I'm going to use this one. Whoops. Ooh, there we go. Use this one for snow. In our car, here's car. Again, I'm using the keyboard to copy. And then I'll right click and paste. On the way to visit my grandma, so we have grandma right here. And grandpa. Big turkey dinner. We then went outside and built. I'm going to take out the snowman and I'm going to insert in the emoji. And we went sledding. I'm going to use snowboarding for my sledding because I think that'll work too. And then once they're done with this, they can turn it back into you and you can have one big story to work on as a class, or you can have just an example of a story from your kids. So that's a wintertime rebus. The next activity, which I think your kids will get a great kick out of because they can actually take these back and give it to their parents when it's time at some point when they go on winter break. These are just greeting cards. So you have a landscape greeting card and a template for a portrait one. Just follow the directions. So for example, enter text here for the right side of your card. You can change the font, size, and color if you want. You can resize this text box or delete it entirely. You can also add an image to this area. Use the Arrange menu to flip this text and any images upside down when done. So it's the same instructions, just depends on the format of the card. But let me show you what a student did. And so here's an actual student example. So you can see this first box is upside down because eventually it's going to be folded up and given to whoever that they made it for. So just 3 really great activities to get your kids just being creative, allowing them to be critical thinkers with what they're working on, and being good writers, using that communication. So 3 C's out of the 4. Again, if you wanted to get that 4th C of collaboration, you could actually have them work on some of these together, and even maybe make a greeting card for the principal or the vice principal. So those are great activities from Eric Curts. Thanks again to Eric Curts. Have a great day. If we don't see you, have a great holiday. And don't forget to watch out for part 2 of using Google for holiday activities.